guys, Dave at Peabody'sParadise.com. Just wanted to give you guys an update. It's been a few days, been super busy. Right now we're just putting together a care package for my in-laws because they've got our 33-gallon Battlefront corner tank that we sent up there to them last year sometime, and my wife is up there right now, so she is going to set it up and make it super nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and send her some stuff to hook it up. So it's a pretty cool tank. It's just got it's a tall tank, but it's got, you know, power compact bulbs in it or whatever, and just like a little small Marineland C160, I think, filter on it. But either way, that's not really what I want to talk about. I just want to give you guys an update on what our plans are here over the next few days or so. We've got more Downoid coming in, the Prodostemon Alfari. It's on order and it should be on the way tomorrow. It will probably be in Friday, and since our shipper is now using insulated like styrofoam boxes and ice packs and stuff, I'm pretty confident about it. Like, all their shipments have been really good, so I'll probably go ahead and put them on pre-order so that people can go ahead and start ordering them up. That way there's not a big rush right at Friday whenever I decide to list them. So I guess for a lease. Yeah, this setup is actually, like, we're trying to make it super low maintenance, since they're not really into plant tanks or whatever, but so we want to make it to where it's not something that has to be maintained and trimmed all the time. So I kind of stuck with a few swords and mostly slow growers like Anubias and Java fern, stuff like that. And this is right, what I'm doing right now is just prep work. This is what I do anytime I send plants out. I just prep all of them, make sure they look nice, you know, make sure the leaves look okay and stuff like that, because we don't like to send out stuff that doesn't look 100%. I mean, you know, it's normal for plants to lose leaves at some point. Either they get broken during handling, or just, you know, especially in like a dense setup where when you move things around, something always tends to get broken. So it's not that unusual. Here's a Java fern. These are the Windelov. I don't know if you guys can see me. I'm sorry if you can't, but Java fern, Windelov. The other thing we're doing soon, we still got our plant profiles in plans, but we have not. We don't have a set date on them. We're still kind of like up in the air about the whole process and how we're going to do it. But we've got a lot of content that's coming up. We're just working on how to approach it. Anubias has to follow. But it is coming, so stay tuned. There's a dwarf lily. It's got a bulb with it, so if you ever get a dwarf lily, make sure you get a bulb with it, because the bulb keeps shooting lilies out of it, and you'll have like a lily forest in no time. So it's a Kleiner Prinz. These things are awesome. Look at that thing. That is a cool sword plant right there. And this one is nearly full grown. Like, it'll get probably like up to about there or so, and that's literally all this thing's gonna do. So they're really cool in that regard. What else do we got? Oh, we got a little banana plant in here, and I'm sure you guys probably know what these are. But they're kind of, I think they're in the lily family as well. But they just look, they got little bananas on them. So the other thing that we're doing soon, this is going to be over the next few days, is planning to do a short series, like a little mini series on frugal fish keeping, like frugality, being cheap, like just some of the stuff that we've learned in the last few years, just, you know, both in business and also just in general fish keeping, about how to save money on certain things, and rather than spending tons of money on stuff that's really unnecessary. So we're going to do a small series on that, and I'm just going to kind of go over with some short videos the different things that I've picked up along the way. This is a Crypt Wendtii Red, and it's actually just coming back from a melt. This is a mother plant, and you can see like all the shoots coming up on it. And I'm going to send this, and it'll probably melt yet again once it gets there and in the tank. But once it comes back up after the melt, like in 2-3 weeks or so, it'll look pretty awesome. So it's going to have like it'll look good. So that one's going to be pretty cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna do some short videos on how to save money with fish keeping, because you don't have to buy, you know, shelf brand everything. You don't have to, you know, I mean, people make it seem that way, especially retailers make it seem like you've got to buy certain, you know, things or whatever, but you really don't in a lot of cases. If you have the knowledge and you know how to get around it, you don't have to buy at retail with a lot of things. So that's something that I've always been pretty interested in, because I don't know many people that do like just paying, you know, retail prices for everything if they can possibly avoid it. And in the fish keeping hobby, in a lot of cases, I mean, not necessarily with equipment as much as just with other products, this is a very niche market. You know, if you were keeping fish 20 years ago, um, you'd probably have lived through this, but back then everything was at a fish store. Like you couldn't just go to, you know, go online and find, um, you couldn't just go online and find whatever you needed for your tank or whatever. You know, you had to go up to the fish store, and then, you know, if you need water conditioner, you go to the fish store, and you were kind of stuck paying the prices for equipment and everything else. And I think that's one reason why so many of them have gone out of business, because, you know, with the internet and then also the big box stores, they've really cut into a lot of the profit that they were pushing. So, you know, these guys in the pet stores, a lot of the old school ones are still going through middlemen that, you know, supply them or whatever. So they are paying a pretty big premium on their stuff, so they have to still mark it up with crazy prices that are crazy by today's standard, and then nobody buys them. So that's one reason why I think a lot of the mom and pops are going out of business, and they just don't adapt to the way the market is now. So the big old giant Anubias has duckweed on it. I'm going to trim this one up. But yeah, so that's all I want to talk about. Just stay tuned. I'll go ahead and start listing up the Downoids. That way it's available for pre-order, and we'll be shipping on Saturday. And yeah, that's it. Have a great day. PeabodyParadise.com. Check us out. And goodbye.